Pranab Kapadia, welcome to CNN News 18.
Thank you very much.
Pranab sir, you're a well-known overseas film distributor based in UK. You're also a film producer. Now, Pathaan has grossed rupees 1,000 crores globally, with a domestic gross collection of rupees 623 crores and rupees 377 it collected from overseas. Would you please like to tell us how overseas box office works and how much money a producer actually makes from overseas?
See, in a way, it is no different from the way it works in India. So when you say gross in India and net in India, basically the difference between gross and net is the entertainment tax.
Yeah.
Similarly, in overseas, depending on the country and the jurisdiction, there is an element of VAT. So on the ticket price, there is a VAT. It can range from 4-5% to all the way 20%, like in the UK.
Okay.
So when the gross number is reported, and it is, let's say, $1 million or £1 million, that is inclusive of that VAT. So when we say net is gross minus the VAT, and then of course then there is a percentage sharing between exhibitor and distributor.
But how much does generally this ratio is between a foreign distributor and the studio from India is?
See, the thumb rule we use is about 35 to 38% of gross is what is realized by the distributor. So $1 million, you can say roughly $350,000 to $380,000 is what will come to the distributor as the share.
And the remaining will go to the producer.
No, so okay, so let me start from here. There is a ticket price, which is, let's say, $10 or 10 pounds. Then that 10 pounds has a component of VAT. So it becomes, let's say, 8 pounds net. That is what the exhibitor gets. Exhibitor will roughly retain 50 to 55% with the exhibitor. So you're left with about 4 pounds or 4.5 pounds, which comes to the distributor. So like that, from $1 million, what the distributor gets is about $350,000 or $380,000. Then it comes down to the arrangement between the producer and distributor, whatever that may be.
How different was the response of moviegoers to Pathaan when it opened in the overseas markets? Did you see any difference?
See, first of all, Shah Rukh Khan is an iconic superstar. Okay, you look at his film career right from Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, the breakout film in international, which made him a bona fide superstar. And then, of course, there is all the Karan Johar films. So Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, Kabhi Kushi Kabhi Gum. So he is the undisputed king in terms of box office. Time and again, his films have grossed, it's crossed and broken records. The past 5 or 6 years, he started making different sort of cinema, which you can classify as the non-NRI sort of cinema. And it was showing on the box office. Even his not successful films were hugely successful. They were just not as successful as his previous films. So he is in a league of his own. But we are used to, oh, if it's a Shah Rukh Khan film, it has to, do this sort of number. Pathaan was that film which came after a long time, a Shah Rukh Khan film. It is, it's a masala commercial blockbuster in terms of VFX, in terms of the setting, star cast with Deepika and John. So everybody in the trade had a very good idea that this is going to do very good business. But nobody could have said that it's going to do this sort of business. I mean, it's not only broken records, it is set new records. I don't think I could imagine a film in the near future that can even come close. That's how big it is.
Do you think when a Shah Rukh Khan films come, you tend to take that risk and open films in territories which traditionally are not meant for Bollywood films?
100%. So if the core market is, let's say, 30 to 50 countries, okay, you can push to about 60 countries for a top star cast film. Shah Rukh Khan films have always gone that 20% new territories. With every film, there is a demand from the non-traditional markets. And we have seen that growth. I mean, he's really been the pioneer in pushing the limits as to where all Bollywood can go. So with Pathaan, I have no doubt, yet again, the non-traditional markets have also opened on the same day and date. And as far as I have studied, even those markets, they've gone and broken records. I mean, Russia, for example, right now it's maybe close to $500,000 business. I mean, it's unheard of. And it's only the power of this superstar that has, yeah, he's like the torchbearer of Bollywood. Spain, France, Scandinavia, Italy, every market has opened to, minimum 15, 20, 25 screens and grossing in the hundreds of $1,000s. So that's how big it is. Now, you will not see every Bollywood film releasing in Europe.
So do you think this will also benefit other Bollywood films in future?
100%. See, as far as diaspora is concerned, I mean, 1 in 7 person is an Indian. They don't need any introduction to Bollywood, right? Wherever they are, they know Bollywood. But if the film is not releasing in their country, they obviously will try to find a link somewhere or watch it online, which that business was never coming in the kitty with every film that releases. And this is credit goes to the Khans and definitely to Shah Rukh Khan, that a territory which is not used to getting a film starts, you start providing. You go to the cinema. Once the cinema sees success, people start coming. Obviously, then they want to go next week again to a different film, and the third week. So then slowly, I mean, Germany is a great example. With Ashoka, those many years ago, Shah Rukh Khan pushed the limit and he released the film. After that, every Shah Rukh Khan film started releasing. Then the other superstar films also started releasing. And then you have Germany as a robust Bollywood territory. You can say out of 52 weeks, at least 10 to 15 films open in Germany. So from zero, it is in 10, 15 years, it has come to this level.
So how many screens generally an Indian film gets when it released overseas?
Again, it depends on the star cast and the level, the production, and the how big the film is. But from it ranges between 300, 350 screens, and then I mean, in the case of Shah Rukh Khan, it can go up to 1,500, 2,000 screens.
Would you please like to tell our viewers today how international film distribution network works? Like in India, the territories are divided like CP Bra, Nizam, East Punjab, to name a few. How many territories or parts are there for the overseas market for Indian films?
See, essentially, there are 5 big zones, as I put them. This is USA, Canada being one of them, UK, Europe being a second one, Gulf is the third one, Southeast Asia, so Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia is the fourth one, and fifth is Australia, New Zealand, Fiji. So these 5 territories gives us about 80 to 85% of the entire business. Then you have smaller pockets which give you the balance. So Africa, West Indies, Eastern Bloc, Eastern European Bloc, these are areas which come in the balance 15%. But almost all films release in the 5 big zones. Now, let me remind your viewers, if there are about 170 Hindi films being released in India, there are only about 30 that release in overseas. Okay. And then you have South Indian cinema. So around 50 to 60 total Indian films release theatrically every year.
Do you see that number increasing now?
I don't see the number of films increasing because there's already, 52 weeks, you have one big film every week. You can't accommodate more than one film. There are times when 2 or 3 films release, but they eat into each other's gross numbers. What I see as a change over the last 10 years is definitely cinema from Tamil, Telugu languages. They've become more, going up in gross numbers. So the balance of Hindi to regional cinema, that has shifted to, I would say Hindi is 50% and regional is the balance 50.
That was my next question. In India, like it used to be, a Sunny Deol film will work, say, in North India or in Punjab. So internationally, are there parts in various countries which that this block or this zone will get audiences, say, when a Junior NTR film releases, or say a film starring Diljit Dosanjh comes in the theater?
Definitely. See, you have to understand the diaspora and where the migration has happened. So if you look at Gulf, there's a working class Indian community. So South Indian languages perform extremely well. It's like a mass market. You have the action genre cinema that works brilliantly well in Gulf. Whereas in the UK, you have an older migration. So people have come here in 70s and 80s. So they are still reminiscent of the India that they have left behind. So the family value films, the love stories, the song and dance, those sort of cinema has performed exceedingly well in the UK. Then you look at the US. The US has a lot of IT professionals who've come. So again, Telugu cinema is huge, uh, Tamil
US.
cinema is huge, and they are also very open-minded about new concepts. So US is very receptive to any new kind of cinema. And then you have Canada and Australia. The maximum migration over the last 5 years has moved from India to Australia and Canada. So a lot of Punjabi content has really resonated in these two territories. So you have the Punjabi films breaking the $1 million mark very often, even higher than a Hindi film would cross.
Is it a big number for an Indian film to
Yes.
cross?
Yes, because Canada is unique. It has very few screens. I mean, you can do $1 million, $2 million box office with only 30 to 50 screens.
Okay. Or that much, so much audience they have.
Yeah.
How Western audiences react now to Indian films? Have you noticed the change in the way they now respond to Indian films, say films from Bollywood, Tollywood, and Tamil films?
See, I've been personally based in UK for the last 23 years. When I came, the recognition of Bollywood was there, but it was like, a small section in a DVD shop. Like they would be categorizing it under world cinema. So along with Korean, Italian, French, they would have, okay, there's some Bollywood as well. Now I don't think anybody has not heard Bollywood. Everybody knows what is Bollywood. So there's Hollywood and then there's Bollywood. In fact, the other world cinema has sort of slowed down, and our awareness is really out there. Of course, it's thanks to our ambassadors of, like Shah Rukh Khan, who have taken this, who've been the flag bearers and who've taken this forward by doing one amazing box office numbers. You have, with all the, for example, Slumdog Millionaire. Suddenly you're breaking out into Anil Kapoor out there doing even a Mission Impossible. Things like that, slowly it's like a collective effort as an industry. We made baby steps, but now it's out there. We are a force no one can ignore.
When this shift happened in the overseas market for Indian films, do you see Indian film getting more screen in multiplexes now? And which film you think that was sort of the turning point that changed the perception of Western audiences?
I would say ever so often there have been these small moments and small achievements which have led to this where we are today. So I would say DDLJ was one big landmark. Then Hum Aapke Hain Kaun pushed the envelope. A Lagan even pushed it further. Like you said, Lunchbox, Monsoon Wedding. There are things you can't just pinpoint one thing, but there have been these efforts which have, each one of them have taken it forward.
What about medium films like Masan, Vicky Donor? Do they also get good response when they open overseas?
Yes, they have. So Vicky Donor in particular, I mean, on when the film was being produced, one didn't think that it would merit an overseas release. But again, this was when I was part of Eros International, and Eros, the management and the view was always that if we've made it, let's put it out there. Let's see how it works. Yes, it may not connect, and therefore we will not recover the cost of release. But unless you put it out there, you won't know. And Vicky Donor in particular was a breakout success. So these efforts are required for you to have the conviction that you believe in the product, you believe in the story, and it will resonate. See, human beings are the same. If it, English is another great example. It has gone to so many countries outside the diaspora because the human connect is universal. The language may be different, the narrative may be different, but they can feel the pain of the leading character of the film.
Pranab sir, thank you so much for your time. Here, wishing you lots of blockbusters. Many thanks for talking to me. Thank you so much and best of luck.
Thank you.